Hey everybody, it's Allison again. I took a little break. I'm back. STLProStretch.com is my website. Um, I've been running a bit. It's starting to become fall, my favorite time to run, and noticing some tightness. So just thought I'd share what I usually do after I run or the next day. Um, Usually my calves are tight, quads are tight, lateral hamstrings tight, hip flexors tight. So those are the areas that I'm going to focus on. And first we're going to do some foam rolling. So get your foam roller out. I've got 3 here that I'll be demonstrating. And first we're going to roll the quads. So sorry if you don't like foam rolling the quads, but it's really good for you. And I feel over time you get used to it. So we're going to start with, I'm going to take this short one, move it out to the side. I'm going to do one quad at a time. I'm going to lay close to my hip flexor, and I'm going to move up and down. So I've got this knee out to the side to take a little bit of the weight off of my quad, but you can put a little bit less weight or more weight on it if you want to. So I'm rolling up and down, and sometimes I have to set myself a number because it's painful. Make sure that you are getting all the way up to that hip flexor and rolling both the front of the quad and the side of the quad. Because, well, I feel like when you're running, you're using a lot of quad, and it could all use some help with the foam rolling. I'm not going to kill you, but doing a million reps of this, but just try to get in there as best you can. It's painful, I know, but you always feel better afterwards, right? If you find a tight spot, sit on it. Maybe do a little shearing by bending and straightening the leg. And then we'll switch sides. Notice which side's tighter. I definitely have a tight side. That has changed over the years. It used to be my left leg or my right leg. Now it's my left leg. So take a little more time on the side that you have the most problems with. And again, get all the way up into that hip flexor, and as close as you can to the knee. You kind of got to scooch because this, you may want to just do like the lower half and then the upper half. And then if you do find a tight spot, just kind of hold there for a little bit and maybe add in that bending the knee and lengthening the leg. And get to the lateral portion of the leg as well. A lot of times that's where a ton of tension is. Now, I think that's because it sits close to the IT band. So we're not necessarily rolling the IT band, we're rolling the quad. It's the front side of the IT band. It is painful, but I did this the other day, and I will say it's easier doing it again a couple days later than it was the first time because I hadn't foam rolled for a while. And then we're going to get into the calves. One of my favorite tools is my rumble roller. Um, just because I feel like the foam roller it's good for the calves. Don't get me wrong, and we'll use it in a minute. But I feel like this rumble roller with all these little tire treads on it definitely can get into the little pockets of the calves a little bit easier. So I'm just going to start with both of my calves, and actually I'm feeling really good right now. It feels awesome just doing that. But if you can, pick up your hips and roll back and forth. Get a little core workout here too. Or you can cross a leg over. And you can do this on your regular foam roller. You can do it on the rumble roller. One excellent tool that I haven't talked about much is the MA roller. This, I think, was originally used by massage therapists, and I think maybe some of them still use it. It's just called MA roller. You can get it online. They're not expensive. They're wooden. Don't be afraid. You can use this part for quads. It gets in there really nice, especially up near the hip flexor. The balls in the middle are really good for calves. So I just put my calf under it, and it's getting more into the gastrocnemius a little bit, which is the upper part of the calf. And so less soleus, but getting some soleus, and then also medial calf and lateral calf. And I tend to carry a lot of tension in my lateral calf, medial as well, but when I'm running, I think mostly lateral calf. If you do not have one of these and you're a runner, I would say you should get one. They're excellent. Squeaky mat. Peroneals, another thing that get a lot of people have tightness with walkers and runners. Foam roller. Take it and move it this way. So I've got it vertical. And I'm just going to put my calf, the side of it, on the roller and then move it up and down. I'm putting a little pressure on it, and it feels really great. And then we'll switch sides. I normally would spend a little bit more time on my calves, but just for shortness of video sake, it takes a long time to download those long videos, so trying to keep it short. And then I've also got myself a lacrosse ball, and I'm going to use that as well. I'm going to put it on top of the roller and right underneath the back of my knee. So sometimes you get this little tight spot. I don't know if you ever feel that. It's well, we've got two heads of the gastroc and then the soleus as well, but you just kind of feel around and feel where you're tight. And then you can just kind of move that roller up and down a little bit. Just let your leg be dead weight. And that feels so good to me. I've thought about cutting out a groove in my foam roller just for this purpose. I might at some point. I should patent it. And then the other leg. So I'm not feeling it so much on this side. I am maybe more a little medial. So wherever in your calf that you're feeling it. And I'm just moving that ball up and down. It might slide out a little bit, just to reposition it. And get in a little bit deeper into the lower calf as well. Whew. And then we'll do a little stretching. First stretch we're going to do is the tipping bird. So I know my lateral hamstrings get super duper tight when I'm